Okay, I'm going to try to give you a quick tour of what is in the secondary math folder that I shared with everyone. On the main folder, you'll see a few things, a couple of folders, one on learning goals, and so if you double click on that to get into that folder, you'll see any of the courses that we've developed learning goals or people have shared their learning goals we've sort of put there for you to download. Um, Another thing that you'll find in the main folder, and then you can actually see any of the particular learning goals there. But in the main folder, you'll see this is the math textbook list. That is the visual list of all the textbooks that we're using and the costs and their ISBN numbers and so on. This is kind of like a summary of what is in this whole folder. It'll probably be fairly hard to keep up to date as I keep adding things. And this here is a zip file of a TI-83, a virtual TI-83 that you can download and run on your computer and use just like a regular TI-83 to project. The main folder here is the textbook resources, and when you go into that folder, you'll see things arranged by grade, and there's a separate folder for all the ExamView banks. So if you just click on the ExamView banks folder, most of you probably have ExamView loaded on your computers already, and so if you want to add a new bank, you can just download the zip file, unzip it, and then add it to your existing version of ExamView and not have to actually reload the software. In any of the particular grade folders, you'll see any resources we have from textbooks and some online stuff for those particular grades. So if we go into the grade 10 folder, for example, I'm going to choose the grade 10 academic, and you'll see the McGraw-Hill Chapter Masters that came from the McGraw-Hill website. So those are downloaded from their website, and some practice masters for each of the chapters. Here is a PDF version of the actual text, the full text there. When you get into this, there's a workbook there, and this is the actual test bank disk. So this actually is kind of interesting in that that's the bank itself, and in some cases that will be what is actually on the install disk. And you can't really install from there. I strongly suggest that you get the banks from the test bank folder and just add them to your existing version of ExamView. The teacher resource is what it comes on the actual disk itself, and so you can see all the assessment masters and all the particular things from each of the chapters in there that you can download. So if we have any resources from a particular book, you'll see them in these folders. It varies from book to book. So for example, if we go into the grade 12 book, you'll see we have several grade 12 courses. Let's take the calculus, for example. All we have for the calculus is the teacher resource. And so that is, not just the teacher resource, but we have the solution manual, the student text, test bank, and the teacher resource. And so it varies from one to another where you might find them. And so if you click on the solutions, what you'll see is the contents of the solutions disk that we got for the particular book. And so there they are there. And that's basically what you'll find in the math science folder. Now, or the math folder. I'll probably be adding more things as time goes on, and as I do, you'll see them show up in this folder.